Hey y'all, it's pose of the week time. So today we are working on staff pose. So first of all, get a comfortable seated position on the floor. Sit up nice and tall with your legs extended and your feet flexed. I have on my Vibrams, my toe shoes today. Let's bring our hands by our side and let's straighten our spine and sit up as tall as we possibly can, pulling our belly button in, flexing our quadricep muscles so our hamstrings are nice and stretched, pointing our toes up to the sky and sitting up as tall as we can, finding that nice, strong, erect spine. This is going to stretch the hamstrings. So for some people, this is enough. Sitting up nice and tall with straight legs is enough stretch for the hamstrings. But if you want more, you can take a deep inhale up and exhale, reach. So maybe your hands just hit your shins and that's okay. Or maybe they slowly start to come down. Good, for a nice long hamstring stretch. Now notice how my spine is nice and long right now. I'm not rounding through the spine or through the shoulders. It's long and extended to make sure that stretch stays in my hamstrings and doesn't move to the back. Now, as you start to surrender to the pose, if you start to have a little bit of a round, that's okay. But if you feel the stretch more in your back than you do in your hamstrings, then you need to straighten that spine a little bit more, because the intention behind this pose is to get a hamstring stretch. Now, speaking of intentions, today our yoga lesson is on intention. Before I start all of my yoga classes, I always ask my students to set their intention. Before I start my own practices, I do the same thing. Intention is very powerful. It's going to guide you throughout your practice, even through life. Setting your intention, knowing what your intention is as you go in, will help bring a whole lot more power and a whole lot more focus to anything you do. So I ask you, next time before you step onto your yoga mat, set your intention. Maybe it's just to get a little more flexible, maybe it's just to stretch, maybe it's to loosen up some tight, stiff areas where you've been really sore, or maybe it's just because you need some you time and some down emotional release. That might be it. That might be all that you need. So before your next practice, or before you go into your next business meeting, set your intention, and I bet you it will help you stay focused and get better results. Have a great day. Until next week.